Hey everybody, it's Holly
And Heather.
and welcome to not only an Everything Elvis Sunday edition, but it's an Are You Hungry Tonight Memorial Day celebration. So join us today. We are going to be celebrating all of those that served our great country, including Elvis. And today we're making a really fun, super easy dessert that I looked up from the 1960s. I think Elvis would definitely approve. We're going to talk a little bit about his service and his time in the Army, the wonderful USS Arizona benefit concert that he did, a fun dessert, and then I want to hear what you guys are doing. So thank you so much for joining us. Heath,
Yes.
how are we doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're having a great holiday weekend.
Yes.
I feel like this is a big weekend that a lot of people do fun things. You either take a little mini vacay or trip or spend time camping or on the lake or
Cooking out.
Yeah, just doing something fun. So hopefully you're doing that.
Yeah.
And hopefully wherever you are, the weather is good. It's supposed to have been storms here again. Yesterday, today, and I think the next several days.
Yeah.
But so far, no rain.
So far, so good.
So far, no rain. So yeah, hopefully you're having a good weekend.
We wanted to catch you guys early.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I thought a lot of you might be like us, prepping for your cookout or your big dinner or something. So you could just, join us in the kitchen, and while you guys prep, we'll make our little dessert. And hey, if you don't have a dessert idea for tomorrow, this is super easy. Not a lot of ingredients. I whipped one up this morning.
I could probably whip it up, actually. I probably should have attempted this one.
Heather's going to help. I've got a couple of little chores for her. She's going to help with this.
But even if you can't watch right now, because I know some of you posted on our thing I'm going to have to watch the replay. You can go back and watch it later today. You'll still have time to whip it up for the festivities tomorrow.
Yes. So thank you to those. I see a ton of people on here, though. Thank you so much for joining us live. But yes, we also appreciate our replay viewers as well. Yeah. So,
and this is honestly one of our most popular, and I'm really proud because this is already is this our third time this year already?
I think so. We're really killing it this year.
Yeah, we literally started this a few years ago. Holly and I got the idea to do this Are You Hungry Tonight little episode segment, whatever you want to call it, on Facebook. And we were like, it'd be fun to just kind of delve into all the mini Elvis cookbooks and things and make recipes. I don't think this is necessarily from any of the...
This is what we branched out.
Yeah, we branched out a little bit.
Normally the preface of the show is we take either one of Elvis's favorite foods or favorite meals and we try to recreate it. And then we taste test and see how we like it. But today, in honor of Memorial Day, I was just thinking about it. And I was like, we need just a fun kind of summery dessert. And this one's red, white, and blue for Memorial Day too. But I was looking, so here was my thought process. I was like, okay, let's look at when Elvis was in the Army. And I said, okay. And when he did the benefit concert, I think it was 60 or 61. So I said, let's make a fun dessert. I'm going to look up the most popular dessert from the 60s. Well, can you all guess what it was? I'm going to give y'all one guess. Guess, when I looked it up, guess what is considered the most popular dessert from the early 60s? You can go on sites and they'll tell you the most popular dessert per year, per decade. It's really interesting. This is not the number one dessert that we're making today because I'm gonna confess, I hate the number one dessert. I think I tried it when I was little. And I'm not very familiar. The 60s is before our time, but I feel like my mom, that cookbook I showed y'all last time we cooked, the Pioneer cookbook, I think it came out in 1965. So it's all recipes from the 60s. Yeah. And I love them. I love a good 60s casserole. The desserts, I don't know. Can y'all guess? Is anybody guessing? Y'all know what the number one dessert in the 60s is? It's not my favorite, y'all.
Refresh.
It is not my favorite.
Nor mine.
I don't think it's Heather's either.
No, when she told me, I was like, let's see. Brenda's guessing Jell-O desserts.
Okay.
Barbara.
Good one. Good guess.
Barbara guessed banana pudding. No, Barbara, we love banana pudding. We love it. It's one of our probably top 3 desserts. Let's see. Wendy guessed strawberry shortcake. No, because I love strawberry shortcake.
I do too. We're making something similar to that.
Jane guessed Cherries Jubilee.
That is so 60s. Really know what that is, but that is so 60s.
Okay. Yep. Sarah also guessed strawberry shortcake.
Those are all very popular desserts in the 60s. But I'll tell you what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys.
Ambrosia. I had to say it.
Ambrosia.
I think we discussed ambrosia on our last cooking show or the one before that for some reason. I can't remember what brought it up.
Okay.
But
yeah, I just did a deep dive into ambrosia because I was like, there's got to be a different recipe that I could do, because I was like, I want to really do the #1 dessert, but I was like, I am not making a big batch of ambrosia that no one will eat.
No.
And then me and Heather will be like, yuck.
I think it's when we did our jailhouse rock cake with the pineapple in it. I think we talked about it.
Well, I'll tell you why it was so popular. And this is really fascinating because we live in a time now where everything's readily available, and like it's kind of a rarity when something new comes on the market, but I didn't know it. Evidently, marshmallows and like Dream Whip and Cool Whip and all these things came about in the 60s. And so, and also in the 60s, I guess like railway stations really helped like get oranges and pineapple and all these things kind of to the masses, to everybody in the United States. So it makes sense now. So it's like if we were little, I guess, and like a marshmallow came on the market,
it'd be like, I love marshmallows.
See, I don't. I only like
you don't like marshmallows?
I only like them in my hot chocolate or toasted, like in a s'more.
Yeah.
Like if you just give me a bag of marshmallows, no.
Yeah.
Don't like them. But so yes, and Jell-O I think came into existence around the same time.
So then they were trying to just figure out how to put everything together.
Yeah. So it was just a big thing, y'all, in the 60s for people to have marshmallows in their desserts and Jell-O.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Because is ambrosia the thing that also usually has like...
It has coconut,
like
mandarin
orange.
It'll
have like green and red.
It can.
Okay.
It can.
Because ambrosia has always made me think of, what's that fruitcake? I hate fruitcake. Like at Christmas and the holidays, and like your granny and like people used to always buy like tons of fruitcakes and give them to each family member.
Oh, Lord.
Don't like the fruitcake.
No.
That's what I think of with the ambrosia.
Ambrosia's, no, it just looks like a little fluffy.
I know, but you don't like that. You don't like
yes.
it just like you have for those. Yeah. Sorry if any of y'all are fruitcake or ambrosia
fans.
fans.
I bet somebody's gonna comment and be like, I love ambrosia.
I mean, there's got to be a bunch of people out there that love it. I mean, I'm sure.
It was the #1 dessert.
I'm sure.
There has to
just not my thing.
Not my thing either. I wonder if Elvis liked ambrosia. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure he had it.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure that was
maybe he had the dessert we're making today. I love it. Only it's got all my favorite things in it. It's very easy. It's called, y'all. So this was one of the top desserts in the early 60s, and it's called Cool Strawberry Cream. It's very interesting.
And I will say this is a kind of a take on a dessert that our mom used to make.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later because I'm going to get your all's advice because I've lost the recipe and I need to recreate it. But I digress. We'll get to that. Anyway, this is called Cool Strawberry Cream. It's kind of like when you make it, you actually make it in like a loaf pan and you freeze it. And then you're supposed to take it out and like slice it up like almost like little slices of pound cake. And then it has like a little salt, like a blueberry sauce on top. I'm making a blueberry raspberry just so it'll have some a blueberry strawberry. So anyway, let's get to the ingredients. And like I say, we're going to do I'll tell you the whole recipe and I'll also put it, I'll post it later in case anybody wants to make it. But I halved it. So I halved the recipe and I made half of it this morning to let it sit in the freezer. It's supposed to sit overnight. Now it's only been in there a couple of hours, so I don't know that it's going to be as hardened as it needs to, but I've got my trusty ice cream scooper. If it's not hard enough, we're just going to scoop out some. But we're going to make the other half today, but I'll give you the full recipe in case you want to make a whole loaf. So here's what you're going to need. A loaf pan, and it says to put tin foil, line it with tin foil, so we're going to do that. And then you're going to need, for the little syrup, that like the glaze that goes on top, you just need some blueberries and strawberries, a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of water. So you're going to need a 1/4 cup of water, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and you need 12 ounces of whatever fruit you're going to use. Okay, that's for the sauce. For the actual cool strawberry cream, of course, we've got our strawberries. Yum. We've got what? Cool Whip, of course. Cool Whip. This is interesting. It has sour cream. Oh, a little bit of sour cream, and I got the good stuff. I know. I didn't scrimp. Usually, I use like fat-free sour cream, but I got the whole cream cheese, delish, and sugar, of course. So not too many ingredients. Very simple. And you literally, we're going to combine the first ingredients. I mean, y'all, this is so simple. It's not even funny. So your first ingredients, you're going to get some softened cream cheese. I've let this sit out. And the recipe calls for 2 8-ounce packages. So notice I'm only using 1 because I'm having the recipe. But it calls for 2. So 2 blocks of cream cheese softened. And I'm going to put that in my mixing bowl because we're going to mix all this up with my little hand mixer. You could use your KitchenAid mixer, but I didn't want to drag that behemoth out. So I'm just using this. Let me put it down in my bowl. Heather, are you excited to try this?
I am.
I mean, it's got all the stuff in it you like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I am.
I think we're going to enjoy it. All right, let me put that up. So cream cheese, basically all your like wet ingredients. Then we're going to get our sour cream. Plop that in there.
I'm loving everybody's comments. People are either like, ambrosia, bleh, yuck, or people are like, I love it.
Hold on, I gotta get
ambrosia, the divisive dessert.
So is, y'all. So is. So I gotta get
and with all my peeps out there, so many peeps are like, yes, Heather, I'm like you, fruitcake, yuck, hate it. I know, right?
I know, and I bet you if you looked up the history of fruitcake, it's probably like this was all the poor people back in the 20s had to eat, and da da da. And I'm like, probably in 1920, I would have thought fruitcake was the end all be all. All right, so I got all my sour cream, and then lastly, I've got to put in, what is my third? Sour cream.
Do I need to look at the thing?
Maybe. What do I need to, there's one more thing. What is it?
We've got
the sugar.
Cream cheese, sugar, sour cream, strawberries, whipped topping.
So you need a 1/2 cup of the sour cream, if I didn't tell y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And you need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So you put those 3 ingredients in your mixing bowl, and I'm just gonna go back here while Heather chit chats with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hand mix this just to get it like all combined real well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's say hello to some people and see what everybody's saying. Hope again, happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope everybody's having a great one. Let us know your plans for the weekend and for tomorrow. Let's see. Let's get to the comments. All right. Hello, Jill. Good morning to you. I hope you have a blessed Sunday and Memorial Day as well. Penny doesn't like fruitcake. Oh, thank you, Laura. She loves my apron. She says she has one as well. Elaine made ambrosia today, but she left the coconut out. Okay. Hello, Barbara. She says she's never heard anyone say they like fruitcake. Me neither. Me neither. I don't ever remember anybody in my family being like, oh, here, I'll take that home. I'll eat that. Everybody just took it home and threw it away. Debbie, hello. Muriel, how are you? Let's see. Hello, Laura from Arizona. Good morning, Norma. Hope you're doing well and happy Sunday to you. Jane, hello from Pennsylvania. Angelique, always great to see you. Tisa, thank you for our countdown. She's got our Elvis Week countdown because, y'all, it's getting close. It's getting really close. It is now 75 days, 20 hours, 53 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Whoa.
It's getting close. Let's see.
I'm just scraping off my beaters because I want to get every last drop of it, y'all.
Hello, Deborah. She says she's going to her mom's and having steamers in Portland, Maine. What are steamers?
I think like hoagies.
Oh.
Like a steamer
Sounds
sandwich.
great. Sounds great. Jane, Dad's doing great. Dad's doing great. He's been having some, well, he's always had back trouble because, as we tell you guys, Dad has been working his entire life. He started laying brick when he was 13 years old. I know. Can you imagine that? Laying brick when he was 13 years old, and then he was in construction and a builder his entire life. And so he has arthritis and
you name it,
slip discs and nerves in his body everywhere that are just kaput and shot from all his years of such hard work and labor. And so he's always had back problems, but he's really been having a lot of problems the last year, definitely the last 6 months. And so we actually took him a couple weeks ago, and his surgery is not really an option. And so he got some shots in his back, but so far, fingers crossed, they seem to be helping. And he's been feeling a lot better this last week or so. So he's doing great. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
While Heather's still talking with you all, I've beat my ingredients, and now I'm going to cut up my strawberries.
Let's see. Hello, Jane. She says our cabinets remind her of the cabinets in Graceland. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Thank you.
These cabinets are kudos of Tony and Heather. Dad and I sanded and refinished and stained all of these cabinets when Holly and I bought our house. Let's see.
We're home improvement people.
I love it, Wendy. She says, we used to call that dessert with red and green things fruitcake. Gross. Jen, thank you. She's asking, are we going to be talking about the goodie bags? We'll talk briefly about it at the end. We'll give you a little update of where we are. Hello, Deborah. Summer, hello. Oh, she likes fruitcake.
Well, there's got to be an awesome version or recipe. There's got to be one.
Hello, Vivian from Rhode Island. Let's see.
We're far away.
Ooh, interesting. Sarah says she had an aunt that was Italian, and she made her fruitcake with chocolate.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you what.
Maybe that would help.
I've never had an Italian dish I didn't like, and Italian people know how to cook. So I would have is it a grandmother? I would have had that.
Her Italian aunt.
Okay, I would have told
her. And the Italians know how to cook, so.
I'm telling you
Deborah, I don't really know what this is, but I bet Holly will. She says her family loves Watergate salad and wants her to make it every get-together.
Okay, it's like a version of ambrosia.
Okay.
But I think Watergate's green, isn't it? It's got like green jello. Am I correct? And then some kind of like marshmallowy, Cool Whippy type thing. And I wonder if they call it Watergate, because I wonder if Richard Nixon, like maybe it was his favorite, or is that like what they always served at the White House when he was there?
Interesting.
I don't know. Why is it called Watergate, y'all? Does anybody know? But yes, I have heard of it.
Laura says she always thinks of her childhood at Christmas when everyone would bring a fruitcake. It looked gross. Same, Laura, same. Teresa, oh, awesome. She said for her birthday, her son's got her tickets to Cody Day and Ass concert in Lexington, Kentucky on June 5th. Fantastic. She's so excited. You should be. Cody's fantastic. Tell him Holly and Heather said hello.
Yes.
Okay.
I think, does this look like about 1.5 cups to you? You're going to use total 3 cups of strawberries. Now, I've cut mine up. I don't guess you have to do it, but it said they have to be mashed. So just to fit them in my Ziploc bag, I've cut them up. Oops. And I'll tell you what, this did not go well earlier. So earlier, I was like, oh, okay, mashed strawberries. I'm just going to like put them on my cutting board, and I'm just going to try to smash them with like something. And I have this like little mallet. I wish I had those. I used to have a mashed potato masher, but I think it's in PAL. So anyway, I decided to use this. This is a meat tenderizer. And I did not put the strawberries in a Ziploc bag, and it did not go well. one hit, and they went everywhere. So it was Holly learned a lesson. So if you're gonna smash some fruit, put it in Ziploc bag.
Oh, Vivian says steamers are clams. That makes sense.
Oh, delicious. I was thinking about, when you go to Firehouse Subs, I always get the New York steamer.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a little hoagie. So.
Clams, that sounds delicious.
All right, so let's try this now in the Ziploc bag. I'm going to try to smash these.
Why do you have to smash them?
I don't know. It just says smash your strawberries.
Maybe to like...
I think to maybe get the juices going and to kind of make your little cream pink. Give a little color maybe. I don't know. The picture, it was like a pinkish. Mine is not so much. The one I have in the freezer is kind of white. So, but that's good for Memorial Day. We're doing the red, white, and blue. Okay. Smashing. I'm smashing. All right. Flip it over. See how this goes. These are looking smashed. Okay. What?
I think you started saying that. So I hope that's not.
Try your iPad and see. All right, let's see how this goes. All right. Okay.
Juice.
Let's see how this is going. All right.
You know what?
I don't know. Hey guys, comment. Do you still see us? Because we're getting a little signal saying that it's going. Our video's not on. So see if you see us.
Very strange.
Let's see. We're pausing. We're waiting to see. I'll have a sip of coffee while we wait and see if we're still on. Y'all comment if you can still see us. Well, you don't think so?
Yeah, everybody's saying it froze. I mean, it keeps saying this on mine, and
Yeah.
then it dropped down to like no viewers, and then
No viewers?
yeah, and then this is like frozen as well, because this is like before.
Well, it still says we're live.
Weird.
So y'all know technology. It is so weird. Who knows?
How do I get to our actual?
Of course, it's right mid recipe. I'm gonna tell you what. Well, I could stop it and start it over.
Let me see. I just wonder what it is because it's not raining, so I don't think the connection should be bad.
Who knows? It could be anything.
I think the connection should be
Let's
bad.
see.
Video is frozen, no signal. Live is frozen, no live signal. Live has ended.
Okay, well, let me just. I
I don't think it could be like our